Negative energy can be like a dark cloud, looming over us and casting a shadow on our lives. It can make us feel angry, resentful, and hopeless. But we don't have to be victims of our negative thoughts and emotions. We can learn from this purposeful tale to conquer negative energy and transform it into something positive. In a peaceful village tucked away in the hills of rural Japan, there flourished a gentle beauty by the name of Yumi. Her radiant kindness and generosity to those around her was unparalleled, and she had an unfaltering dedication towards Buddhist teachings of Zen. She lived a simple life as a gardener, tending to her plants and trees with love and care. Though out the years, Yumi encountered numerous trials and tribulations throughout her journey, yet she refused to be broken. Even despite feeling fear, sadness, and anger, Yumi held strong to her Buddhist faith and understanding that these feelings were just momentary states that could not decide her life's outcome. Still, the overwhelming emotions were enough to cast a dark shadow over Yumi's experience, leaving her drained and tortured by her own inner turmoil. Yumi found her way to the temple at the edge of the village, and through mindful meditation, she discovered a solace that allowed her to transcend the negativity and fear that seemed omnipresent in her life. She formed an intimate connection with herself and the universe, deepening her understanding of these two aspects and themselves. And from this inward journey sprouted a newfound source of wisdom. Yumi slowly crawled out of her shell, shedding some of the gloominess she once carried with her. Her newfound confidence was visible in her mannerisms, but it was still shrouded in a veil of uncertainty. Although Yumi had established a serene environment for herself in which she could thrive, there was still something lurking beneath the surface, a dark force that followed her since childhood. It whispered negative thoughts and fed on her fears, intensifying until it felt like it would consume her completely. As Yumi worked to understand its true nature, she realized that it held important lessons of acceptance and letting go, of growing up despite the difficulties presented in life, and ultimately lessons of self-love and resilience in spite of even the darkest shadows. With each day that passed, Yumi embraced these teachings more deeply than before, teaching herself to be kinder to herself when the shadows began to resurface. One day, Yumi was tending to the temple's gardens when she stumbled upon an ancient text hidden away in its dusty archives. The text contained teachings on the power of Zen and spoke of a technique called shadow yoga, which promised to help individuals confront and transform their inner shadows. Intrigued, Yumi dedicated herself to studying the text, immersing herself in hours of daily meditation. Slowly but surely, she began to realize that her shadow was not a separate being, but instead a manifestation of her own negative thoughts and fears. Armed with this newfound knowledge and the guidance of the abbot, Yumi embarked on a journey of self-discovery. She practiced shadow yoga every day, eventually coming to understand that confronting her fears and doubts head-on was the only way to transform them into positive energies. She embraced her shadow as part of herself and soon discovered that the more she confronted it, the more she was able to conquer it. In turn, Yumi learned an important lesson. Fear needn't be something to run away from. Rather, it should be viewed as a source of strength and wisdom, something which can ultimately lead us towards inner peace and harmony. Through facing her shadow bravely and courageously, Yumi had unlocked a hidden power within herself and knew that no matter what darkness life threw at her in the future, she would be ready for it. As Yumi's transformation progressed, the villagers began to marvel at how she had changed. Her timidity and fear had been replaced by strength and confidence, and her once shadowed features now glowed with a radiant smile and an aura of hope that filled the village. In this moment, Yumi understood her true purpose: to bring light into the shadows and guide others on their journey to self-discovery. She embraced her newfound power as she helped the villagers confront their doubts and fears with patience and understanding. Slowly but surely, they formed a community built on Zen principles and positive energy, committed to growing together in harmony. Yumi had transcended her own darkness and reached enlightenment, teaching everyone around her that no challenge was too great to be overcome. The journey may have been difficult, but it was worth it in the end. From Yumi's transformation, we can all learn an incredibly valuable lesson: that with faith, determination, and positivity, anything is possible. And so, Yumi's journey had taught her that we should never fear our shadows, but accept them. Through embracing our darkness, we can truly understand ourselves and unlock our inner light, the power of transformation within us all. No matter what hardships life may bring, Yumi knew that with strength, courage, and a little bit of love, we can always find the courage to conquer our fears and find peace. Yumi understood that it was only through the contemplation of her shadows, through facing and accepting them, that she could discover the beauty of her inner light. Yumi realized this was an ongoing journey of self-discovery, and although it might be difficult and often uncomfortable, it would be well worth the effort. In time, Yumi's enlightenment illuminated the path to freedom and joy with a soft yet resplendent glow. It is up to each one of us to accept our shadows and open ourselves to the bright potential hidden within. It is only by doing so that we can shine our own unique light outward for others to share in. This was the lesson Yumi had learned after traveling down a winding road of darkness. Even in the darkest moments, there is still hope, freedom, and joy to be found if we are brave enough to embrace the light inside each one of us.
If you enjoyed this story, you will love this inspirational video next. Like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to keep you motivated and mindful every day.